Locomotion in annelids. Locomotion, a voluntary action causing the entire body or organism to change its location. Subset of movement that result in change of location, often achieved through specialized muscular, skeletal, or appendicular mechanisms such as walking, swimming, flying, crawling, or looping. Then we come to annelids. It is a group of segmented worm including earthworm, liches, marine polychaetes, true coelom having two cavity, bilateral symmetry, bristleworm, tiny hair-like setae for movement. Triploblastic habitat is marine, freshwater, terrestrial, that is damp soil environments, having repeating segments called metamer separated by septa. Locomotion in annelids. Hydrostatic skeleton combining coelomic fluid pressure with alternating contraction of longitudinal and circular muscle to produce movement. Bristle-like setae and fleshy parapodia anchor segment while body muscle create peristaltic waves for burrowing or crawling. Then hydrostatic skeleton. The fluid-filled segmented coelom act as a hydraulic system. When circular muscle contract, segment narrow and elongate. When longitudinal muscle contract, segment shorten and widen. Peristaltic movement. Waves of muscle contraction pass backward causing segment to anchor with setae, pull the posterior end forward, then relax to extend the anterior end, then setae. Hair-like structure act as anchors, preventing the worm from slipping backward during locomotion. Suckers present in leeches. Leeches use anterior and posterior suckers to perform looping inchworm movements. Key structures: muscles. Circular muscle reduced diameter and longitudinal muscle reduced length. Setae. Bristle found in many annelids aiding in gripping substrates. Parapodia, lateral appendages in polychaetes. Then we discuss earthworm. Metamerism is present, division of body into serially repeated section using the anterior end and posterior axis. True segmentation, no specialized locomotory organ, locomotion setae to hold the substratum, coelomic fluid helps in locomotion, muscles, circular and longitudinal muscles are involved, and the process occurs as alternate contraction and relaxation of muscles, circular and longitudinal muscles, exert pressure on coelomic fluid, fluid get distributed throughout the body, produce a kind of motion that is locomotion. There is two cases. First is contraction and then the other is relaxation. Firstly, the circular muscle contract, longitudinal muscle relax, so body become thin and long. Setae are withdraw. Then other cases, circular muscle is relaxed and longitudinal muscle contract, so body become broad and short. Setae are protrude. During forward movement, circular muscles at anterior end contract. Anterior end extend forward body, thinner and longer at anterior end. When wave now at mid of the body, circular muscle relax and longitudinal muscle contract. Body becomes short and broader, causing posterior body to drag forward. The setae are extended to prevent backward movement of the segment. Wave passes backward. Again wave at circular anterior end muscles contract before the first one has reached at posterior end. Thus locomotion is brought about the alternate contraction and relaxation. This involves partly a pushing of the anterior end and partly pulling of the posterior end. Setae playing an important role. Then we come to nares. In nares, parapodia are the main locomotory organ. Para mean beside and podia mean feet, and setae are also used for locomotion. Parapodia are leaf-like, flat, fleshy, paddle-like structure. Locomotory appendages arising from lateral side of the body segment. All segments except first and last segment and at the mid largest biramous structure of parapodia is present in nares. So parapodia have two rami, that is one dorsal side and ventral side. Dorsal side is notopodium and ventral is neuropodium. Notopodium have two lingula, that is superior lingula and inferior lingula, and both of them are of different sizes. Then between dorsal and ventral they have aciculum, that is made up of chitin and rod shaped structure, and they also have muscle that also called aciculary muscles. In ventral neuropodium they also have two lingula, superior lingula and inferior lingula, both are of same size. On ventral side they have neuropodium, uh, sorry, they have nephropore, and both side serous are present. In dorsal side that is called dorsal serous, and ventral that is ventral serous. And as we know, nares have two stages, that is initial or sexual stage. A sexual stage nares is called heteronares, that can freely swim. So in this case the dorsal nodopodium have foliaceous lobe, and ventral neuropodium have foliaceous lobe too. They also have aciculum and aciculate muscles. So spiny serous are dominant. The spine is predominant. And lingula, superior and inferior lingula in case of dorsal side are of same size, and but in ventral size the superior lingula and inferior lingula are different in size. So next locomotory organ is setae. So setae is basically having two parts. One is blade and second is shaft, and they also having a joint between them. In the case of nares, there are two types. Blade can be short and shaft will be long, and second is blade is long and shaft is short. In case of heteronares, it is oar like. So mechanism of swimming and crawling. First we talk about crawling. During effective crawling, each podia perform two strokes, that is effective stroke, that is backstroke, recovery stroke, that is front stroke. So effective stroke, front to back movement. Aciculum extended, parapodium lowered to come in contact with substratum and move backward against the substratum. All parapodia of one side beat in one direction or other in opposite direction. Thus, parapodia of each segment beat alternately in opposite direction. Recovery stroke, aciculum retracted, parapodia lifted and moves forward. The combined effective and recovery stroke of numerous parapodium propel the bomb forward. इफेक्टिव स्ट्रोक में बैकवर्ड मूवमेंट होती है, जो रिकवरी स्ट्रोक है उसमें फॉरवर्ड मूवमेंट होती है, और यहाँ पे एसिकुलम रिट्रैक्ट होता है, इफेक्टिव में एक्सटेंड होता है. स्विमिंग, बिसाइड मूविंग ऑफ पैरापोडिया मसल अंडरगोज कॉन्ट्रैक्शन ऑफ लॉन्गिट्यूडनल मसल्स of one side causes parapodia of that side to move forward and relaxing causing parapodia to move backward. Movement of parapodia is regulated by the oblique and longitudinal muscles, and also coelomic fluid increases the pressure and creates rigidity in the parapodium and helps the organ to stroke effectively and powerfully in water. Then we talk about leech. They are having two types of movement. First is looping or crawling movement, on that is on surface, and swimming, that is in water. Swimming. During swimming, body become dorsoventrally flattened, performing successive undulating movement. The wave pass longitudinally all over the body. Looping or crawling. Uh, Leech have two suckers, posterior sucker and anterior sucker. Fixes the posterior suckers firmly on the surface with the sucker gland. Initiate contraction of circular muscles and relaxation of longitudinal muscle. Anterior part of the body extend forward. Now fixes the anterior sucker and shorten the body and relax the posterior sucker. Longitudinal muscle contract and circular muscle relax. As posterior and forward goes, the anterior and body has raised up and forming a loop. Once again, posterior sucker is fixed and anterior sucker is released. Process repetition again. Now we discuss some MCQs. The main locomotory organ in earthworm is setae. Locomotion in earthworm occurs by peristalsis. Parapodia are present in nares. Suckers used for locomotion are found in leech. Which muscles are responsible for elongation of earthworm body? Circular muscles. Shortening and thickening of the body in earthworm is due to longitudinal muscles. Parapodia function in locomotion and respiration. The locomotion in leech is similar to looping movement. which annelids show swimming locomotion using parapodia nares. The hydrostatic skeleton in annelids is formed by coelomic fluid.